you tremble? Are you all afraid? Alas, I blame you not, for you are mortal, and mortal eyes cannot endure the devil. Avaunt, thou dreadful minister of hell. Thou hast but power over his mortal body, therefore be gone.
Sweet saint, for charity, be not so curt.
Foul devil, for God's sake, hence and trouble us not, for thou hast made the happy earth thy hell. Filled it with cursing cries and deep exclaims, if thou delight to view thy heinous deeds, behold this pattern of thy butcheries. See dead Henry's wounds, open their congealed mouths and bleed afresh. Blush, blush, thou lump of foul deformity, for 'tis thy presence that exhales this blood from cold and empty veins where no blood dwells. Thy deeds, inhuman and unnatural, provokes this deluge most unnatural. O God, with this blood mass, revenge his death. O earth, which this blood drinks, revenge his death. Either heaven with lightning strike the murderer dead, or earth gape open wide and eat him quick, as thou dost swallow up this good king's blood, which his hell-governed arm hath butchered.
Lady, you know no rules of charity, which renders good for bad, blessing for curses.
Villain, thou know'st nor law of God nor man. No beast so fierce, but knows some touch of pity.
But I know none, therefore I am no beast.
Oh, wonderful, when devils tell the truth.
More wonderful when angels are so angry. Vouchsafe divine perfection of a woman, of these supposed crimes to give me leave by circumstances but to acquit myself.
Vouchsafe diffused infection of a man, of these known evils but to give me leave, by circumstance to curse thy cursed self.
Fairer than tongue can name thee, let me have some patient leisure to excuse myself.
Fouler than heart can think thee, thou canst make no excuse current, but to hang thyself.
But such despair I should accuse myself.
And by despairing shalt thou stand excused for doing worthy vengeance on thyself, that didn't unworthy slaughter upon others?
Say I slew them not.
Then say they were not slain, but dead they are, and devilish slave by thee.
I did not kill your husband.
Why then, he is alive.
Nay, he is dead and slain by Edward's hands.
In thy foul throat thou liest.
I was provoked by her slanderous tongue, that laid their guilt upon my guiltless shoulders.
Thou wasn't provoked by thy bloody mind, that never dreams on aught but butcheries. Didn't thou not kill this king?
I grant you.
Don't grant me a hedgehog. Then God grant me too. Thou mayst be damned for that wicked deed. Oh, he was gentle, mild, and virtuous.
The better for the king of heaven that hath him.
He is in heaven, where thou shalt never be.
Let him thank thee that Holt descended thither, for he was fitter for that place than earth.
And thou unfit for any place but hell.
Yes, one place else, if you'll hear me name it.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber.
Oh, rest betide the chamber where thou liest.
So will it, madam, till I lie with you?
I hope so.
I know so. But gentle Lady Anne, to leave this keen encounter of our wits and fall something into a slower method. Is not the causer of the timeless deaths of these Plantagenets, Henry and Edward, as blameful as the executioner?
Thou waste the cause and most accursed effect.
Your beauty was the cause of that effect. Your beauty that did haunt me in my sleep to undertake the death of all the world, so I might live 1 hour in your sweet bosom.
If I thought that, I tell thee, homicide. These nails should rend that beauty from my cheeks.
These eyes could not endure that beauty's rack. You should not blemish it if I stood by. As all the world is cheered by the sun, so I by that. It is my day, my life.
Black night overshade thy day, and death thy life.
Curse not thyself, fair creature, thou art both.
I would I were to be revenged on thee.
It is a quarrel most unnatural to be revenged on him that loveth thee.
It is a quarrel just and reasonable to be revenged on him that killed my husband.
He that bereft thee, lady, of thy husband, did it to help thee to a better husband.
His better doth not breathe upon the earth.
He that lives that loves thee better than he could.
Name him.
Plantagenet.
Why, that was he.
The selfless name, but one of better nature.
Where is he?
Here. Why dost thou spit at me?
Would it were mortal poison for thy sake.
Never came poison from such a sweet place.
Never hung poison on a fowler toad. Out of my sight, thou dost infect mine eyes.
Thine eyes, sweet lady, hath infected mine.
Would they were basilisks to strike thee dead.
I would they were, that I might die at once, for now they kill me with a living death. Those eyes of thine from mine have drawn salt tears, shamed their aspects with store of childish drops, these eyes which never shed remorseful tear. No, when my father York and Edward wept, to hear the pious moan that Rutland made, when black-faced Clifford shook his sword at me, nor when they war like father, like a child, told the sad story of my father's death, and 20 times made pause to sob and weep, that all the standers by wet their cheeks, Like trees bedashed with rain in that sad time, my manly eyes did scorn a humble tear. And what these sorrows could not thence exhale, thy beauty hath, and made them blind with weeping. I never sued to friend nor enemy, my tongue could never learn sweet smoothing word, but now thy beauty is proposed my fee. My proud heart sues and prompts my tongue to speak. Teach not thy lips such scorn, for it was made for kissing, lady, not for such contempt. If thy revengeful heart cannot forget, lo, here I lend thee this sharp-pointed sword, which if thou please to hide in this true breast, let thee so forth adorneth thee. I lay naked to the deadly stroke, and humbly beg the death upon my knee. Nay, do not pause, for I did kill King Henry, but 'twas thy beauty that provoked me. Nay, now dispatch, I would stab young Edward, but 'twas thy heavenly face that set me on. Or take up me.
Arise, dissembler. Thou, I wish thy death, I will not be thy executioner.
Then bid me kill myself. I will do it.
I have already.
That was in thy rage. Speak it again, and even with the word, this hand for which love did kill thy love, shall for thy love kill a far truer love. To both their death shalt be thou an accessory.
I would I knew thy heart.
'Tis figured in my tongue.
I fear me both are false.
Then never was a man true.
Well, put up your sword.
Say then my peace is made.
That shalt thou know hereafter.
But shall I live in hope?
All men, I hope, live so.
Vouchsafe to wear this ring.
To take is not to give.
Look how my ring encompassed thy finger. Even so thy breast encloseth my poor heart. Wear both of them, for both of them are thine. And if thy poor devoted servant may but beg one favor at thy gracious hand, thou dost confirm his happiness forever.
What is it?
That it may please you, leave these sad designs to him that has most cause to be mourner, and presently repair to Crosby House, where after I have solemnly interred at Chestery Monastery this noble king, and wet his grave with my reputed tears, I will, with all the expedient duty to see you. For divers unknown reason I beseech you, grant me this boon. Bid me farewell.
'Tis more than you deserve, but since you teach me how to flatter you, imagine I have said farewell already.
Towards Chertsey, noble lord?
No, to Whitefriars, there attend my kind. Was ever a woman in this humor wooed? Was ever woman in this humor won? I'll have her, but I will not keep her long. What that I killed her husband and her father? To take her in her heart's extreme hate, with curses in her mouth, tears in her eye, the bleeding witness of my hatred by having God her conscience and these bars against me. And I no friends to back my suit at all, but the plain devil and disassembling looks. And yet to win her all the world to nothing, ha!